Are you ready? Hey, think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break the wall!
Do not change the channel. Hey, this is not Tuesday, Sunday night now. Let me tell you something, brother. Feeling the vibe, warming up the studio for the rejects. Hey, as a matter of fact,
We are actually here.
some of the rejects are needed a little piece. So let me tell you something.
I'm outnumbered.
That's right.
Never, this is your show, the most electrifying show.
The most electrifying show online. Let me tell you something,
Come on.
brother. Well, now it's just Tom and the rejects, I guess.
It's a reject featuring Tom.
Well, maybe we could do a bet next time on that. We'll do the naming rights.
All right. Done. For your show only, though.
Wow. Well, why not your show too?
Because you don't
Because-
care on it that much.
Because we're popular on our
Yeah.
show.
Because no
On
one
top of
knows when your show's ever going to be on.
that, we
It's
tell
like-
you when it's on.
I know. I
Tell
get
you all the
totally no. I get a notification 15 minutes after it's on. That's when it's on.
It's not our fault. The Facebook
No,
doesn't
they're
tell
paper.
Well, I don't pay attention to UFC pay-per-views, so like,
you
I
the
don't.
WWE ones.
Oh, that one.
They do
Yeah.
boxing, bowling.
I was
pay-per-view.
planning on coming to that one, but it's just been swamped.
Even
busy.
we were so close to doing golf one time.
That's my nap time.
I'll bet.
Oh boy.
A lot of stuff happening. Rock, paper, scissors. That's the name of this episode.
Yeah, so like this is our first episode since Bray Wyatt's death.
Yeah.
God rest his soul, man.
I mean,
honestly.
that was for me just shocking.
Yeah.
Because like the reports, I think it was that week we had our last show on a Tuesday. It was like the day before there was a report saying that he was almost medically cleared to come
Yeah.
back, and start a feud with Cody.
Yeah.
And that would have been, I think,
It
pretty
would've
exciting and great
I mean,
for all of them.
the guy's potential, he still had a lot left. He was still in his prime. It's just shocking. It's like, it's just as shocking as when Benoit stuff. I
Right.
mean, despite what happened.
Despite what, yeah.
Yeah, when you first heard about it, you're just like, wow.
Well, same thing like Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero was
Mhm.
pretty young still when he passed.
Pretty much in their prime, and
Yeah.
like are
And
just
still-
coming back, and
Because Guerrero, I guess he still had like the program he was gonna have was against Shawn Michaels at
Right.
22
right.
in
Yeah.
Chicago, which we
Would've
missed
been
out
nice.
on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Where actually all of us were there, weren't we? You were
Yes,
there?
I was there too.
Yeah.
Yes, I was there too.
nice.
Yeah, I actually left during the main event because I couldn't stand Cena and Triple H, so I got out of there right away and beat
So
the parking.
Wait, you hate both of them? Or
I can't stand either of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Is it fair to say that Cody scared him to death?
Oh,
Wow.
a little too soon there.
Man,
Give it about 3 more years for that one.
there goes any guests ever coming on our show.
There goes our sponsorship.
But for me, like the biggest missed opportunity. What is that?
That was
New
a-
controls.
that was a missed time.
Technical difficulty.
So I think the biggest missed opportunity they had with Bray was during the COVID WrestleMania
Uh-huh.
when you had Undertaker versus AJ Styles.
Yeah.
They should have done Undertaker versus Sting for that one.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
Sting could have done that with all the cinematography they were doing or whatever. And at the very end, have the Fiend come out to be the new monster. Bury
could've
both of
done
them
that.
or whatever.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And be that new face. But I mean, Bray, he was ahead of his time. A lot of creative stuff going on.
Told the kids his AEW sucks.
We didn't even mention AEW, that you fucker.
Not yet.
We're
So,
on our way to it, Tony.
We'll get there.
Stay tuned.
So yeah. So anyways, yeah. I mean, for me, that was their biggest missed opportunity with Bray and the Fiend, that character and stuff.
I mean, but no matter what, the guy got buried several times, but yet still kept coming back. Was the #1 merch seller at some
Right.
point. The guy was just really gifted. Had a gifted mind for wrestling. It's
Yeah.
just,
Mhm.
it's very sad that he just passed away so soon. Sad for his kids as well. I mean,
Right.
His wife.
his wife.
Mhm.
And that's where it's like he had that verbal deal with AEW right before he came back to WWE last year. I was very curious to see what he would do and how dark he would get in AEW.
You think he would
He'd get a little bit more of his freedom there.
Yeah, that's what I would think too. Yeah, could have got real creative there.
Yeah, and maybe like take over House of Black or the Dark Order or whatever. And
I'm thinking more Dark Order, knowing
Mhm.
that it would have been him taking over his buddy's like position in that company.
And that's the thing too. When he passed away, I thought about also Brody as well.
Actually, me and you talked about it. Yeah. We did say it. You were telling me, "Hey, dude, I see Bray jumping over to take over for Brody at this point."
It's just unfortunate. It's just sad, but it's just sometimes in life that just happens. You just gotta, like I said, hug your loved ones now because you just never know tomorrow what brings.
Just never know.
Yeah.
And then same weekend, I think, same before Bray, Terry Funk passed.
Yep. Yeah, was he before or right after?
No, before.
He was right.
I think it was like
1 or 2 days before.
I think it was like Tuesday.
No, same week. He died on Monday, I think, and Bray Wyatt died like
on Thursday. Yeah.
Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
But it came in 3. I can't think of Bob Barker.
Bob Barker, the other one.
Yeah.
He was their best guest host they had on.
On Monday night.
Well, and a few weeks before that was Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
remember that guy too.
And I mean, Bob Barker did have a heck of a fight one time with
Jericho.
Adam Sandler.
Because Jericho said like that was the only time like he ever almost broke character live on TV was with Barker.
Really?
Really?
Oh,
Because he was about ready to just burst out laughing. He was biting his lip and.
Oh man, I never. It'd be imaginable to see how Jericho holds on, especially because Jericho was able to keep his own on the mic with anybody. I believe.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Never really breaks character, but for him to do so, that's
right.
Must be pretty good at that point. Yeah.
So then after that, we had the whole the All In and All Out pay-per-views and
then the firing of your boy.
Well, we're getting there, man.
We're working our way up.
So All In for me, I thought it was a good pay-per-view.
I thought so.
I mean, what I like about AEW, because I don't ever spend the 55 hours or whatever it is to get their pay-per-view, they're showing everything on their Facebook page.
Really?
Like
every 5 minutes, they're showing the highlights of that match, pretty much. So, like, what you need to see, you can see and not order the pay-per-view. But right now, it looks like their deal with Max is coming closer and closer and should be in fruition soon, where they'll have 12 pay-per-views a month or a year, not a month. Well, it feels like a month.
How much you think they're going to charge for that?
Well, I think if they're on Max platform, it'll be whatever Max is charging. Yeah,
yeah, I can see that too.
That's actually very smart. I mean, look at WWE with Peacock, which brings me a question to you. When now Endeavor taking over, is Peacock still going to be a deal with WWE, or do you think they're going to start looking?
I think they're going to start looking
around, right?
Because right now they wanted $300 million from Fox for SmackDown.
Yeah,
and Fox said no. Fox is trying to push them out, kind of. So it's kind of curious to see where they go after that. I mean, I wouldn't mind them just making their own platform again.
It'd be smart. I mean, now because you could use both UFC and WWE into the platform.
And I believe they said Vince is now creative control of UFC too.
Really?
What?
That is crazy.
I thought that's what I read in the report with the takeover.
Because I know that Dana White just got promoted to
CEO.
CEO.
But like for he's part of creative, so we may have the UFC and WWE crossover.
Wow.
For one big show.
So quick comment from Ted. Hey guys, checking you guys out from Northwestern Hospital in Chicago. Sorry I haven't been absent for so long, trying to heal up.
Okay. Hey, I hope you get better.
Yeah, bro.
Get better, bro.
For sure.
Fast recovery for you, brother. Praying for you.
Well, praying.
And then what was the other thing? So so that week with All In, All Out, you had the Young Bucks. The rumors are canceled, like Punk's flight, or not flight, but his ride to the hotel.
They played that whole Frank
and like all this other stuff. So and like he had a hard time getting to his hotel, getting his baggage, getting his luggage and stuff, getting to the show. And then Jack Perry was in the pre-show freebie thing and did a windshield spot.
Yeah.
And said, that was real glass to the camera, pretty much talking to Punk, because Punk didn't like that or whatever. So as soon as he gets cross is occurring because Punk and Samoa Joe, I believe, were with the next match.
Yeah.
To start the show. And so Punk and Perry got in a real fist fight. And like Punk was strangling him and like going after him, and like, they had to break that up. I think that was kind of like the Young Bucks like trying to get Perry to get underneath his skin.
So you think
To
it
make
was
him
a
break.
setup in a way?
I think it was a setup in a way because they were supposed to have all three of them, and I think so. The Young Bucks, Omega, Tony Khan, and Punk were all supposed to meet to go over a future storyline program, and then the Young Buck, or let's just say the Elite, canceled on them, saying that they're not going to do anything unless there's 6 months of non-backstage incidents with Punk.
Right.
Oh.
But I mean, the guy was away almost a year. There goes
Right.
6 months.
I mean,
I think they went. I think they went after he came back.
after he came back, yeah. So I mean, and that's where like the dude couldn't even last a day. Like, and they proved it. They exposed it. That guy is an egomaniac. I can't stand him personally. Like, I don't even like watching him wrestle. It's bad. I mean, he's just. I'm glad.
I thought you called him like the improved Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off.
Come on, man.
No, I said he bastardizes Bret Hart. He takes all his colors, takes all.
But I mean,
what
didn't Collusion though tank in a way for viewerships the next week after he got?
Yeah, but I mean, you're also going against the WWE pay-per-view that night.
What happened after that though? Their viewerships just haven't been good though since then.
It's well, so like right now for me, like All Out sucked. I mean,
You think so?
It was a better version of Dynamite. That was about it.
I thought it was solid, but it wasn't their best.
No, it should not have been a pay-per-view.
He was there live actually.
Yeah.
Oh, you're there. Yeah. So if like for me, like I thought it was okay, but not a pay-per-view.
I'm not gonna say it was the best, but I thought it was solid.
I think this coming Wednesday for Grand Slam, that was this is a pay-per-view with all the matches they have for that.
But you got to look at it. Who had the smart idea to book back-to-back pay-per-views in a week apart? There's no storyline.
Hold on, wait. This is not. They're going to continue it.
They're going to continue it. That's what Tony Khan said.
I don't agree with because you have no storyline. It's like you're going to give the UK the best pay-per-view possibly of the year, and you're going to get Chicago a C show throughout the year.
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
And if, like, I mean, yeah, Punk was supposed to go against who was it? Was it Starks?
Starks, yeah.
And then Bryan Danielson came back.
Yeah, he did.
For that. I mean, if I would have known he was there, I probably would have shown up for the show. Yeah, I enjoy watching him wrestle, but
I mean,
Lana came back too.
Yeah.
Well,
it was a solid. I'm not gonna say it was one of their best, but it was a solid pay-per-view, but not their best. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. I guess me being there live, I'm a little bit more. It was a solid, but I guess me watching it might be a little bit.
Because I think like the MJF Adam Cole, that storylines, that's their best thing that they have going right now. And like when they main evented All In, like that's a great match. Their storytelling, what they were doing, the comic relief, the suspense with what's his name coming back? I forget. Roderick Strong coming in at the end, trying to cost MJF the match.
Yeah.
And Cole's like, no. And then they like hug it out at the end when everyone's expecting someone to stab someone else in the back.
Yeah. It's like still the build up to it is still good storyline because we don't know who's going to backstab who or we don't know what's going to happen really. And
then this coming Wednesday is the match I've been looking forward to probably the last couple of years is Jericho versus Guevara.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think Guevara, he's the future of the business. I think he's going to be the future megastar. He's got the charisma. He's got the talent. He's got the look. He's got the wrestling. She could be off camera more.
So, El Pollo Loco says AW needs to have a training show like NXT, or these guys are going to keep getting hurt.
I mean, they got dark. I mean, that's there.
Well, they got Ring of Honor, and you have some of the veterans go back to the Ring of Honor and help out with that.
Tony, that's the pussification of America. Back in the day, you put on your tights, you laced up your boots, you got right? The reason they're getting hurt is they're all soft. That's why.
It's a 10.
The tribal chief. Yeah, he looks like me without a shirt on. Right? I mean, take a look at him holding that championship, and the guy who you thought was out of shape you know, and that was Stone Cold.
Mhm.
Stone Cold still looks better when he was holding the championship.
Yep.
Right? Am I right?
Yeah, same thing with Mick Foley. I mean, he didn't have the body or anything, but Foley could actually put on a heck of a story and a heck of a match.
Right. He didn't just come out and point to the rafters.
No. Pointing to the top of the cage before he fell off.
Disrespect.
He pointed at the fan. Watch out! Ah!
Paul Heyman's gonna come after you.
You got beef with me? Feel free.
Thank you for tuning. Thank you for tuning in.
I'll
Yeah,
take a
Tom,
chop.
Tom will take all the
I'll
time.
gladly take a chop from the tribal chief. I will acknowledge him. But yeah, and then so I mean,
But look, my thing is, you think it was smart to let CM Punk go a day before All Out? Like Vince McMahon himself had let wrestlers go after the pay-per-view. I mean, Ultimate
Right.
Warrior, Jeff Jarrett.
well, when they usually do it though, they usually don't go on camera or anything and say anything. It's just like they are taken off the website. Their merch is pulled.
Yeah.
Punk stuff's still there
But why? But why announce it the way he did? So you think,
because Punk stuff's still there.
you think
Oh, yeah.
he's still there? You think he's still?
He's money draw. TBS, TNT wants him. Like
So you think there's a contract still?
there could just be like, okay, you're off TV for a bit.
Unpaid leave of absence.
Yeah,
So, well, let me go ahead.
or a
and
paid
ask-
leave of absence. Paid leave.
Well, let me go ahead and ask you this one then. So then, do you think all the rumors then that are coming up are false?
About
Oh, it's always rumors because you got Survivor Series in Chicago,
Yeah, but
and
they-
Punk has
Yeah.
said he's got like 2 months off.
Thank you
But
for reminding me, Tom. There was a Survivor Series in Chicago.
which I mean, I am like I'm always one like I don't
Hey,
buy like
Hey,
unless
Jen,
it's,
thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you.
unless it's like actual like WrestleMania, I won't buy, or SummerSlam. I won't buy the pay-per-view tickets until I start seeing what the matches are.
Same here. I buy them last minute.
Yeah, especially Survivor Series. Sometimes you don't really get that heck of a match, but I always wanted to see War Games live. That's
That's actually really good. I've
Yeah.
been there so many times.
I figured it would be
Yeah,
good, you know.
yeah, I just want to rub that in. I'm make sure you felt that.
Well, have you been to Hell in a Cell, Joe?
All right, touche.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Take that one.
Touche.
Hey,
I've seen it
Tony the Kid, check your text messages. Thanks.
So, and then this last week was our last Raw where it was under technically Vince McMahon and stuff before the buyout with TKO, and that was just lackluster.
Nia Jax.
That was just lackluster.
Well, somebody said that the it's funny how the McMahon era went out with a Samoan on top of a champion. I was like, son of a gun, that's true. Every single Samoan that's ever gone up against a champion, Samoan always comes out on top.
Yep. Samoan family strong in wrestling.
Literally.
Well,
Well, and
kinda,
that's because
because-
Vince has always had a great relationship with the Anoa'i family, and
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
they've swapped wrestlers back in the '80s. Like if you ever watched Young Rock, I've said numerous times before on the show, they show that whole back storyline with how Vince would help them,
Yeah.
and she would help Vince too.
He did allow like all his big superstars to be in their show, didn't he?
Yeah, he would allow
Yeah.
them, yeah, like Andre and
Macho Man,
Macho Man and all those guys.
well,
Piper.
Piper.
Oh.
But never. Hogan was never part of that like deal, I guess.
No,
No.
No.
That's because I don't think Hogan was loved that much by the Samoans.
Hogan's not well liked with a lot of his peers.
Unless there's money in his pocket, he'll go. But if there's not that much money
I
and
don't
not
even
much,
think with money they would have accepted him. You're looking at almost a prequel of ECW One Night Stand with John Cena.
oh, okay.
That's what had been
Cut
there.
the shirt back.
Everything. Hogan may not have had hair by the end of that period, by the end of those events.
And then, then this Friday, the first SmackDown after merger, we get the
The surprise
unsolicited
of all surprises.
Yeah, the
Man,
Rock.
And for me,
Rock.
like, I just wasn't excited
Thank you. I wasn't either.
because he should have done it a year ago.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, what I pointed out to them in our conversation, our group text is right now, the reason why The Rock is back is one, movie deals are at the very low right now.
Cena as well. Is back.
Yeah,
But yeah, there's nobody to write.
no,
Mhm.
not at all. Then his TV show it just got canceled, so he doesn't have a TV
Right.
show no more.
Well, in general, he's just been tanking. As a,
Yeah,
as
and
a movie
XFL.
star.
And
Yeah.
the reason why
Well,
Rock,
he had that very bad week, was it July
Yeah.
or September or August, where The Rock had the bad week.
like
Yeah.
everything started taking on him
Yeah.
except for his shoe line.
Now he's trying to come back to Fast and the Furious franchise as well. It's just, this guy's
And-
not doing well.
The thing about it is, I feel like he finally understood the reason why his movies, his shows, everything he does is always ranking big, is because of the wrestling fans who support him.
Right.
It's like when you turn your back on the fans,
Right.
we are gonna finally show you what it's like to to betray us.
But the thing is, what are you gonna exactly do with him now? It's like he's old. Yeah, he looks in great shape. Don't get me wrong, but he's not gonna be able to wrestle.
I
Not
think-
even-
There's a difference in looking good and being ring ready.
Yes,
And that's what they said. The
exactly.
issue was they had to like pretty much penciled in him and Roman for 39, and Triple H said at one of the post press conferences that he's just not ring ready.
He's not going to be, because I mean, I remember hearing when he faced Cena, he got hurt, and these were years ago. So
Right.
imagine him now.
This was 9 years ago because they faced in 20. They faced
29.
in 20, 28 and
28,
29.
29,
Yeah.
got hurt at 29.
I'll say this though, I'll take his bad month anyway.
I mean, the guy cut great
We're talking
promo.
about
Yeah.
bad month. This man still wins this.
Yeah.
I'll take that bad month.
All day, every day.
But for me, like for him to come out with Austin Theory again, it's just like you had the whole bloodline storyline. It was perfect setup for Jay to bring him back or Jimmy to bring him back. To be like, okay,
Yeah.
Roman, you're not the true tribal chief. The Rock is, and start that whole feud for WrestleMania 40.
You were,
now.
you were the head of kids table, Roman. Here we go. See, that's the way it should go.
All right.
So, do you guys want to see that main event now? Like,
No,
I don't.
No,
no.
I mean, I still do.
Yeah, the reason why I would want to do and I would want to watch is that the family history is there.
Okay.
Dana White family is a big wrestling family,
Right.
and you have a guy who literally took the name of the biggest chief in wrestling, Peter Maravilla. He took his name and he went with Rocky Maravilla, so his dad and his grandfather. So my mind is, The Rock has to prove that the lineage came down to him.
Okay. I see that.
So that's why I feel like this is an important, good way to build a match. Two, The Rock's never walked out of WrestleMania with the belt.
So you go from one part timer to another part timer?
Yeah,
That
I don't
doesn't make
mind.
sense though, because
Like
like
he could lose it later on,
You
or
go from
Damian
one
Priest
part
could.
to retired.
so
Yeah,
you have him beat the top guy in WWE, and then ride off to the sunset back to Hollywood with the belt.
Well, the rumor is it's going to be Cody Rhodes night one
I won.
mhm.
and beat Roman night one, and then Rock's going to wrestle him night two. It doesn't matter if it's for the belt or not.
Okay, if he beats him, fine, but still, you put him over Roman. Now you beat the top guy in WWE, and then now
Yeah.
he leaves again.
Right, and if it's going to be a quick tap out. Otherwise, Roman's going to be wasted for.
Well, it takes them both like a half hour to get to the arena anyway.
Hold on. No. Talk to the kid.
Of course,
15 minutes.
yeah, 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
for-
Talk to the kid.
That's right.
15 minutes according to the kid. Let's not forget that, ladies and gentlemen.
Being off the stage in 15 minutes. Please.
He's not even at the ramp.
That's exactly what- Oh,
Yeah, I mean, if that happens, I don't know. I have mixed emotions about that, because then The Rock just beats the half-beaten Roman Reigns. What does that accomplish? I guess at this point.
Well, I mean, that's where, like we've said before, where WWE is like the McDonald's of wrestling. I mean, you have your Big Mac,
Right.
and then you got a bunch of other crap. I
What
mean,
is AEW then?
I always say like
Burger King.
it's Burger King. It's Burger. No, to me it's Wendy's.
Well,
It's
actually,
Wendy's.
You get your 4 for 4.
No, I think it is Burger King because I feel like it is Burger King because you get to have it your way.
Yeah.
Hold on. At this point, though, Tom is saying Wendy's, that's one of his top 3 favorite restaurants.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, it's like you got the
to go
spicy
to.
chicken sandwich there. It's pretty good. I mean, yeah, it's pretty
Mojo.
solid.
You know,
Mojo. Yeah.
You got the Frosties. No.
the Young
Hold on.
Bucks.
So what about- I thought the Young Bucks were the fries, because they could like bend all over.
But yeah, like for me, it's like what I like about AEW is the variety. I mean, I don't like John Moxley. I don't like his matches. I don't like his style. I don't like the hardcore stuff. And that's where I feel like Collision's been a separate show than Dynamite for the most part. and
Yeah, it has.
Rampage. Collision reminds me of the old Saturday Night Main Event Wrestling.
Yeah.
From the setup, the get go, the longer matches, the technicality of the matches. I mean, I like that kind of wrestling style. WWE is more like, let's get the big name out there, get the ratings, get the sponsorship dollars, and
It's like if the 80s went back in time, but a little bit more watered down.
oh yeah,
You know, without the cocaine and all. Basically, this is what you get now.
yeah, the high adrenaline, yelling, shouting, and
Yeah,
I might kill you kind of stuff.
it's basically what we got right now with WWE.
No, it's all politically correct because of the stocks, and
Mhm.
they have to watch what they do with the sponsors. Well,
Well, I mean, with the merger, it'll be interesting to see the next few months how this all plays out. you know,
Supposedly, though, they're trying to go back to having it on Sundays.
with the pay-per-views.
Yeah, the pay-per-view. So they're trying to do Friday SmackDown, Saturday the UFC, Sunday WWE.
I mean, it's gonna be smart because you don't want to compete against your own pay-per-views. Yeah.
But how often does a UFC pay-per-view fall in line with a WWE one?
there has been a couple.
There's
Not
been a
lot.
few. Remember
it's
there was
the-
that one time where we had UFC.
Oh,
We had WWE there. We had somebody watching UFC,
No, I was
somebody watching
WWE. I
boxing.
was watching WWE here on my
Yeah.
phone. But what I'm saying though is like when it happens, cool. Then that time we're gonna change it to Sunday. But
Yeah,
when it doesn't,
pretty
you still keep it Saturday.
I mean, I'm always been a Sunday person to watch WWE.
I think it depends on the show itself.
Absolutely.
Right.
So, yeah,
I just wish it
supposed-
started like an hour
You're
earlier.
supposed to go to bed. You have to get school tighter.
Yeah.
'cause you
Yeah,
were up watching.
Right.
exactly. You were
Right.
cool. You were
Yeah.
watching, wrestling the night
Yeah,
before.
and then you have Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe, where half the arena walks away because they got tired of it. I'm just saying, dude.
Yeah,
But
half the nation was up till 2 a.m. watching Colorado last night. So,
Yeah.
Heck yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's
Yeah.
a good game though.
See what I
Coach Prime, let's go.
Oh yeah, and about that wrestling as a whole right now, live events. You've seen the pictures, I'm sure, guys.
Yeah.
Half empty arenas
For AEW, yeah.
or AEW. Even WWE's eventually going to head down that way. Just,
Probably, yeah.
yeah. I mean, do you guys think it should go into smaller venues at this point? Because look at Impact. Impact does fill up real quick, even though they're smaller venues, really small.
Yeah.
I know they come around here around October for was it Slammiversary, and they're gonna
Right.
go to the Cicero Stadium, which is
Right.
like a gym basically.
I think they should because sadly today's wrestling doesn't have that impact there no more.
No.
The only thing you have is okay, WWE. You could think of probably Cody and Roman Reigns. That's probably your main thing going on, your main focus. But you barely get Roman once in a while.
Right.
Roman's
Roman's
not
not even coming
yeah.
back till I don't even know when right now.
Mm.
Now yeah, that's true because I'm not
Possibly
even sure.
Survivor Series, but I think they even said like he's not even going to be at Survivor Series.
I heard about that too.
So you're trying like he's supposed to be your main guy. He's one of your world champions,
right.
Mhm.
and he's not even around
Well, that's why they got Cena back for the
Yeah.
next 2 months.
Yeah.
to like fill in the spot that's missing. AEW, you have MJF,
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole, you have,
You have
Kenny
Jericho.
Omega, you have Jericho.
Jericho, yeah.
But after that, can you name anyone else that's coming up other than the two guys that sit at each other?
Hulk.
Huh?
Well, Hook is
Yeah.
the future.
Darby.
Sammy Guevara.
Bryan Danielson is still around.
Darby
Sammy
Allin.
Guevara.
Oh, this is his last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was about to say he's calling it quits after this one. He's saying, you know what,
Isn't it
guys?
the next pay-per-view? Like he said he was gonna fight his last match.
No, he says he's calling his shots this last year.
Mm.
So he's going against was it Nick Saber Jr.
Yeah.
Again, at something for Impact or TNA, and then at Ring of Honor as well. He's got a couple. He's got just basically a list of people who wants to wrestle, and then just
It's gonna be a crazy next few.
He's the only one that hasn't held that belt yet, has he, in AEW?
No, he hasn't.
No.
He doesn't need it.
No.
And
I think it's just more of a, I would just want to put on some good matches before I go out.
mean, he could
And-
always return because I mean, I heard they're gonna keep him around as a trainer. For
trainer and help with like promoting and producing
Yeah.
shows.
because I could see him do another comeback years later. I mean, he's still in good shape, but who knows? Maybe he does want to call it quits at this point. For
Oh,
sure.
he could
Because he
be
told
with
his
the
like
family.
daughter when she's 7 that he'll be home more.
Mm.
So that was a big thing. And you know, like well, for me, like with having so many damn kids, it's like
Damn.
I mean, the younger years you miss out on it too. Like if you're traveling, all that other stuff, but like they don't remember those pretty much years like 3 to 7. Like they have no recollection of it. They
Mm.
just remember some stuff, not
Who dat?
a whole lot.
Your kids?
The kids, yeah.
Never.
By that, but it's like once they get to 7, 8, 9, 10, that's when they start remembering. And
My kids bring up shit. My oldest is 29. He brings up shit that I'm like, what? How do you?
I was 3, Dad. Okay, cool. I just
Well, I mean, okay, that brings up another question because a lot of wrestlers have
Oh, I'm sorry. They haven't had this in a while.
Time to play the game. It's all about the game, and how you play it. All about control, and if you can take it. All about your chat, and if you can play it. It's all about me, who's gonna make it. I am the game, you don't wanna play me. I am control, the way you can shake it.
Of course, the game brought to you by the support of our good friends over at Tom's Productions. Check them out at www.tomsproductions.com. Give him a call, 630-776-9492. He's not busy. Give him He's
here.
actually busy. If you can think it, he'll link it for you, your small business or team, whatever. The guy is great. All right, best of, worst of the game. Here it is. And I'm going to write these down because it was back around WrestleMania where Tom's like, no, next WrestleMania, Rock's going to be the headliner, right? And here we go. We just find out, right? Well, then I don't know what's going on with the mic. Because my mic's on, it's plugged in, it's loud. Sorry. Anyway, I'll just talk louder. So here's the deal. I'm writing it down. Best of, worst of this merger. Right?
TKO and WWE.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Best of, worst of. What you think the best is going to be and what you think the worst is going to be.
Okay.
Interesting.
Do we just take turns?
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Go
course.
for it.
Okay. I think this is going to be the best WrestleMania that we've had because of the merger.
All right.
It, Come back to me. Let me think about this.
Yeah, me too. Go ahead. You're next.
Go ahead, Tom.
So for me,
'Cause
the
it's
best was
your
going
show.
to be like similar to what old man said, where they're going to bring out the old stars for 40. I think we're going to see Hogan back. I think we're going to see Rock, Austin, Brett, all those guys come back. Not necessarily wrestle, but we'll see our old generation there. That'll probably be the last time.
Like promos and stuff like
Yeah.
that, probably.
I
So-
heard Hogan was coming in with a walker.
Segue.
So I guess that would be the best nostalgia. It's
The
gonna hit.
nostalgia will be the best, and we'll see The Rock probably wrestle his final WrestleMania match.
Mm-hmm.
And if they
Um,
do it right, it'll be great. But if they do it worse, it'll be worse for the new generation
Oh,
wrestlers.
For me, the worst part is going to be where it's going to be all about dollars. And you're going to see a
Not
lot
gonna
more
be.
budget cuts. You're going to see a lot less creative storylines. It's going to be like this sponsor wants this.
But they just laid off so many people too.
They only laid off the front office people. They haven't laid off the talent yet.
So you think like with this new merger, are wrestlers going to ask for bigger contracts, like the UFC fighters do? Like, because I mean these guys get paid pretty well, and I think they get. I'm not sure. Maybe you could correct me, but they get like some sort of insurance or something.
UFC?
Yeah.
I don't think no one gets insurance.
Mm.
Yeah, because
UFC is like WWE. They're their own entity. So it's like they're a contractor.
So you don't think there's going
Independent
to be an
contractor,
issue
yeah.
between fighters and wrestlers when it comes to contracts?
I think there's gonna be
Oh,
you know what? I don't even think it's gonna be issue with the fighters. I think it's gonna be an issue with the fans. Because somebody actually said it, and it's true. You can't get a UFC fight, a UFC fan to watch a WWE event, and you really can't get a WWE event to watch a UFC fan.
unless they
please.
have Brock there.
Unless
Case
it's
in
these
point,
guys.
just listen to this guy. He just said it himself. I'm not gonna waste money to watch a UFC fight. I'm not gonna waste my time on
I'm
it.
with him because I don't watch UFC. I just watch
The only
it.
time I watched UFC is when Brock was in there.
Yeah.
See, that's why somebody said that it's
All right, best of for you, John. Where are we going? Best of
best of the
Yeah.
nostalgia, basically.
nostalgia.
Nostalgia, and it could benefit some wrestlers, some new generation wrestlers. We don't know what their idea, their creative behind this. Hopefully, they could push these new guys to the top. Austin Theory, Kevin Owens,
Grayson Waller.
Yeah, I mean LA Knight.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Best of.
Best of, you know what? The next pay-per-views to see what it's like without the McMahon control.
Yeah.
So
he's
def-
still in control.
Yeah.
no, but I'm
creative.
saying like at this
Why are
point,
you such a hater? Why are
Me?
you such a hater on McMahon?
guys, I mean McMahon is here's the
we
thing.
see what he does.
We see what he does. And it's like when McMahon wasn't there, we got some good stuff. But when McMahon
Everybody's pulling Jordan's wiener because he got 3 billion or whatever for the Charlotte
Charlotte Hornets.
and everybody's hating on McMahon because he went from 1
million
to 3
11.
million.
You forgot.
Or
to
was it
11.6.
You forgot the mustache, my brother. The mustache goes far.
Well, it's that too, but it's also McMahon's still there. Jordan's done with the Hornets.
So I think that.
No, he's not.
I thought he was.
He's minority. He gave up his majority.
No.
Sounds about right.
So basically, it's the same thing as McMahon.
Smart minds think alike. So
That's why Jordan has 6 billion. McMahon has 11. It's like, hey, we got to think alike.
So worst of Tom saying budget cuts, old man.
I think storytelling. I feel like we're going to be missing out a lot on what made wrestling such beautiful to watch back in the day. Would be just the good old promos and the storytelling, even toward the ring.
We've been getting that for years, though. But yeah, sure, it's going to be the same.
worst could be budget cuts of letting go of NXT wrestlers. I think they're probably going to get screwed over out of all this possibility because that show's always going to be looked at as the C- show.
Makes sense.
I mean, my fear is more of like where they're going to try to force cross promotion and bring UFC guys over to WWE and some WWE guys over to UFC, and it's just
your worst. What's your worst?
Thank you for helping me out over here because somebody just really took my turn. But he's a special guest on ours. That's it. You guys 2 hour show the feature rundown.
This is it.
my time.
At this
My
point
hour.
for me, it's just I think it's gonna be results being done incorrectly, if that makes sense.
No.
So in other words, I think WrestleMania 40, kind of like what he brought up, Roman versus The Rock with The Rock winning.
Mhm.
It's like cool, it's good for the nostalgia, but then what? Then what's gonna happen? So you go from a guy who barely defends it to a guy that's never gonna defend it, and it's supposed to be the best title in the land, and then for what?
All right, here's my best stuff. Here's what I hope happens.
Hit
Okay.
us.
I hope that they start doing weigh-ins for wrestling.
Hey, why
I mean,
not? Yeah.
That's where the UFC builds it up, right? You
Yeah.
get a little media day, and now you got a little bit of weigh-in,
They actually did one time for Saudi Arabia show.
right?
Because Kane was on this. Because Kane was on, and they built a lot of stuff. That's when
So I
Kane
hope-
put Cena through a table. Yeah.
I'm thinking the best of is going to be some of the UFC bleeding into wrestling and some of wrestling bleeding into the UFC on things like that. Not necessarily cross, because Ronda Rousey's not going to go back in the ring for UFC, right? I mean, she's just not going to. So that's why I'm saying I don't want to see the talent cross, but I think the way that they run their businesses and promoting will help each other out. So I think that's going to be
That makes sense.
I think
Okay.
that's going to be one of the best of. One of the worst of, I think you're right. The storytelling. Who said that?
Oh, man, RJ.
Oh man, I agree with you there
Yeah.
because I think that's some of the problems, especially in the ring, that's some of the problems UFC fans have. Well, it's a soap opera. Why are they getting up there and just talking? That's the storyline, right? That creates suspense. So those are mine, but I'm excited to see the business wise. Hopefully, they can help each other out and elevate.
And I think they can. Business wise, I think they can help out
You
each other.
think Joe Rogan's gonna do some commentary?
That'd be funny. Hey, it'd be great if he does like a WrestleMania match.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
Something interesting, right?
Can you just imagine him?
You know what? He's too brutally honest. He's like, this shit's fake.
Yeah.
What is going on? They're paying me for this.
He'll pop a gummy in. Forget what he's supposed to do.
Why am I here for?
There you go. That was the best of the worst of.
Alrighty.
Good stuff. I
Now-
wrote it down though, so we're gonna see.
We're definitely gonna see. Let me ask you, with the merger, what do you think though? How well do you think that the product's gonna go forward?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, for me, it's just
Oh, well, let me ask
I
you.
don't like corporate America.
Well, let me
in
ask
a
you.
way.
Are you worried for the merger? That's going to be my question now for you. Are you worried for the merger?
I think the days of the 80s and 90s, that kind of wrestling is going to be dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She don't.
But then again, Endeavor knows what they're doing. I mean, they've done UFC rights over the years. So I'm sure they're gonna keep it true to the fans as well, but as well, like, add new features to it, I think they'll be all right.
I think you're going to see UFC is going to be their baby, and then WWE is going to be the redheaded step bastard child.
Good
There
happen.
was a lot of the hate between the two
Right.
owners.
And what was it? Shane was one that was going to buy UFC, and Vince said no.
Yeah, that was actually proven recently about it. Yeah.
Oh no.
Hey, you get text message on your goddamn phone.
You didn't text me? Who text me?
Man, come in and interrupt my show. I got 20 minutes left.
15 now.
Say 5 or something. You got 5 minutes.
It's like
left.
Roman Reigns making his entrance to the ring.
What'd you text me?
What's the episode? I'm trying to get you set up for your show.
Oh,
Now you're interrupting that.
Now you're interrupting my
Come
show.
on.
Man, figure out your crap.
Thanks a lot, Tony the Kid.
Sorry to interrupt the powder session. Yeah, sorry. My bad.
Go put your makeup on. Man.
Go get yourself look pretty and everything.
by
Come
the way,
back when
so-
y'all done.
Put the makeup on, boys.
So at this point, though, just back to what I was saying, though, in regards to the merger, though, so you're afraid of that basically 80s, 90s wrestling is gone.
Yep.
It has been for a while.
I mean,
that's what I was gonna say. It's been gone for
no,
a while.
but they still kind of bring it back here and there. But
How so? An example, because
well, I mean, AEW is more so of that.
yeah.
But I mean,
so okay. So another interesting thing: do you think a lot more fans are going to tune off of WWE and go over AEW just to check out the product if it changes? Does it benefit?
well,
AEW?
what's nice is for AEW or for the wrestling fans is there's more options now. You
Right.
have Impact, you have AEW, you got New Japan, you got AAA. That's now a game broadcasted more. Like when we were growing up, like you never saw any of that stuff.
Yeah.
The only way
Yeah.
you saw is if you got rented a home video from Blockbuster.
Right.
Like that was the only time you
Yeah.
could see the other product.
True.
You forgot Hollywood Video.
I never went to Hollywood video.
It was like-
Family.
I only could afford family, so
Actually, you also live by.
my family.
By
That's what I'm saying, I
family.
can only afford
And the other
family.
fear I have is with the merger too is are they going to start charging for pay-per-views again?
That's the one thing I'm wondering
forgot
about
about that,
because one, I'm okay with it because with them charging now, they had to put on better content.
Well,
You
you
don't
just
think-
saw what
I mean-
AEW did.
Yeah.
yeah,
Just because you have to pay for more, don't mean it's going to be good.
but that's Tony
It's like,
Khan.
like when they first started with the whole WWE network, some of the pay-per-views were good, and then they just had this tailspin of like it was just bad.
They were also producing a lot of pay-per-views every 2 weeks.
That
Yeah.
too. They were like 99 cents and 9.99. I'm sorry.
$9.99.
Low
Nice
price of
sense.
$9.99.
What pay-per-view were you buying?
It's because I hit.
Backyard wrestling, huh?
Yeah.
Q was like, I think that's Jeff Hardy.
That looks like Jeff Hardy.
Women of wrestling.
Women in wrestling.
Glow.
Hey, that's messed up.
That was a pretty good show.
It is a good show. It is, yeah.
I'm glad they canceled it.
But like, for me, it's like AEW's got the better women's division right now.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, they're going to probably lose Jay Cargill.
They already lost her, man. She
Right.
gone.
More likely, she's gone or whatever.
It's
But
not
I
more
mean-
than likely. She already gone. She got
But
it.
overall, I mean, who does WWE have right now
For a women's division?
for women? Who do they
They
have?
do still got Charlotte, Bayley,
Barely, though.
Barely.
Oscar's
I
leaving.
mean, and then
Asuka's-
now with
Asuka's gone.
Nia
Yeah,
Jax
Charlotte.
back,
Yeah.
you're not gonna have Charlotte for a while. You're not gonna have
Shotzi.
Becky for a while. You're not gonna have most of those girls are gonna be on the injured reserve.
Right.
We're looking at the Chicago Bears of women's wrestling at the moment.
Man, he dissed them, not me, not the Packers fan. I was being quiet about it, but either way, let's just stick to wrestling.
This is a wrestling show.
Yeah,
You
Well,
can talk whatever the hell you want the next hour.
It is wrestling because Sweetness was part of WrestleMania back in
No,
the day.
SummerSlam.
Oh,
Steve
SummerSlam, I'm sorry.
McMichael, but
Well,
like I said,
yes, Michael. I forgot which bear was part of the
William Perry.
William Perry, right?
LT
WrestleMania 2.
as well.
LT.
Wedge.
Mhm.
That's right. He was WrestleMania main event.
Bam Bam.
One of the
Bigelow.
worst ones ever.
Yeah.
WrestleMania
Yeah.
11.
Do you think Shawn and Nash should have gone over at the end for that one?
They should have.
I think so.
But it was still a bad WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But they still did it for a reason, for viewerships, money.
Money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
that they had to do what they had to do back then. I mean, all that led to what we have today.
I was just happy I got to see Salt and Pepper perform on WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
He was like, push it, dude.
I thought when they were talking about what a man, I thought they were talking about me when I was in my younger days. What a mighty good man.
Oh,
We're not talking about yesterday either, huh?
No. I'm old and I'm past my prime.
yeah. I mean, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, no one can predict the future, really. The sports entertainment or wrestling, whatever you want to call it nowadays. We're just gonna have to wait and see what this merger brings. Hopefully, it's just positive. Hopefully, it brings the wrestling boom that we're all hoping for.
I agree with you. I just hope it just doesn't lead to, because they retire from UFC, they can now jump over to WWE because they're still under quote unquote contract. It's like, just because you retired here doesn't mean your contract's officially over. Jump ship. Now you're going to go to WWE.
Because I think the big one that they're going to do is Connor will probably jump.
Yeah.
Connor's been always. He even does a McMahon walk and everything.
But I mean, yeah, he's a character though, man. Come on,
Yeah.
the guy could talk. I'll give him that. The guy is entertaining.
He could definitely talk. That's why he talks like this.
Yeah.
But you barely get. I mean, okay, there's a few UFC fighters that have been able to prove themselves in the WWE ring.
Yeah.
But not that many can actually live that life that a lot of wrestlers do.
But that's the
Right.
thing.
It's a circus.
We're missing those type of entertainers though. We're missing like Conor McGregor's, like Floyd Mayweather.
We kind of have that right now in WWE with Grayson Waller, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. He's the future.
He is. If they push him
He's what they wanted Austin Theory to be.
right. Yeah.
Austin Theory, I don't think is going to. He'll be just like another Miz.
He's just very.
Damn, that was a shot at Tim.
Damn.
Oh, he's not even watching our show anymore. So
Oh dang!
I'll just send him this little clip.
you can mark the time.
Anybody got the time?
I can't see.
It's 8:47.
Okay.
There you go.
We'll remember off 8:47. But no, man. But you know what though? Hey, man, the Miz has had a very good career in the ring, though.
Dude's lost more matches this year, and somehow he's still over.
I think because one, he's just a heck of a performer. Two,
Entertainer.
a heck of an entertainer.
He can
and
talk.
Three, he can talk.
No, man. Plain and simple. You guys are missing the whole thing. It's because he's the Miz and he's awesome. Done.
Yeah, that too. I mean, he went from having to he got kicked out of the locker room back in the day,
Right.
and he had to change, and I guess it was the janitor's closet,
Anywhere but
anywhere but
yeah.
the locker room.
Yeah.
So from him to still push himself to be better than what most of those guys were, that just tells you something about him. That's pure talent right there. That's driven right there.
But when you also look at him too, it's like look at all the sidekicks he had. The sidekicks will get or tag team partners will get bigger than him.
Yeah.
And then somehow they're the ones that are always getting cut.
Yeah, John Morrison.
That's the first one that comes to my mind.
No. Alex Riley.
What happened to John Morrison, man? He's been everywhere at this point.
He's betting on AEW now.
He's the horror of wrestling.
Changed his name many times.
Hey, man, that's why I said he's a horror of wrestling.
Sadly, they got rid of Sandow. I used to like Sandow. He was like one of the wrestlers I think could have been a world champion. Especially with the Macho Mandow story and the ideal of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
The
stunt double.
We could go through.
Yeah.
We just talked
Listen,
about
man, were you worried about yourself? Don't stop trying to interrupt our show. You ain't even
Don't worry, we'll be on your show. We'll be.
It's our show.
We'll be
man.
on your show
It's
too.
Rejects featuring time.
No,
Any show I'm
where
on
happened to my
becomes
kicker? My
show.
kicker's not even up there anymore.
Yeah.
Still Tom show for now until we make a bet.
You lose it, absolutely.
Don't worry, we'll unleash the tiger for you.
Hey,
Bro.
I don't have to worry about CM Punk wrestling now. I don't have to worry about losing that kind of match. I don't have to worry about.
You still got to worry about getting me my shirt.
That's right. I'm still waiting for the clearance section.
Exactly.
Hey, your other favorite guy, Seth Rollins. Come on, man. Let's talk about him versus Nakamura.
Hey, you would have picked that Seth Rollins, you would have been champ.
I am hoping Nakamura wins the belt though.
He
I
deserves
think
it.
he's way deserved.
Rollins needs a heel.
But
He has it. With
but
Nakamura.
when Nakamura wins, he can't cut promos. So
Put him with the mouthpiece, man.
who's the mouthpiece then?
Hey, he's
For
gonna say,
Nakamura, Oh no, who can you give
It's like-
Nakamura
it's
to?
like, it's like Japan. The lips ain't got to match the words that you hear.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you know, you know,
A late delay.
Almost
Yep.
It goes well. It goes well.
Bring back the whole Kaientai bit.
You could bring back any retired wrestler to take over for Nakamura as his mouthpiece.
Okay, just name me somebody off. You know, what do you
Off the
think?
top of my head, I could
Yeah.
think of
Anybody.
anybody.
Dream scenario. Yeah.
Jimmy Hart would be interesting, but it's way past his time.
Yeah, right. The
Um,
oddball match right there.
I think what's her name? She wasn't good in the ring, but I believe the heat that she had.
Eva Marie.
Eva
Marie.
She wasn't good in the ring, but she had eye candy and she was good on the mic. Eva Marie.
Okay.
I believe she would be a good manager. Who else? Let's think.
Stephanie.
Stephanie McMahon.
She's out of a job, I
Bring
think.
her back.
Yeah.
You know what?
Edge,
Hold on, wait. Too soon. Sonny.
Sonny.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
she's gonna be
I don't
good.
wanna say that. I don't think the camera was ready for that one.
They weren't even ready when she
$1
went to
million
work.
What about Ted DiBiase?
I think he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
the
got-
senior.
Oh man, you know what you are? Fishing
Yeah.
without any worms.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I meant,
He's like, I got one. I got one.
I apologize. I set you up for that one.
No,
I
no,
think that's
no.
where I
actually,
like
that's-
AEW because you have the old guys with the younger guys.
Yeah.
You have the guys who are okay, like especially with Jericho and Sammy Guevara. You got the old guy, the legend that everyone knows,
You're not
Gary
gonna
Talker, or
have
whatever.
enough roster if everyone keeps getting hurt. Everyone, they're botching so much.
Dang.
Are you going to come on my show now, right now?
Hey, what do we do with this?
No.
You wanna jump over
Can
there?
you go see the barber?
What no?
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you.
He made,
I'm looking at a short period of time. before
Hey,
I,
hey,
he made fun of your early 90s
you know,
teen haircut.
I think I'm his hero. He's trying to be like me. You're
He's
trying to be
either-
like Fat Jesus right now.
Look, dude. Either you go for Austin or you don't, all right?
I like that one. That's a good one.
the AEW is not gonna help. you, man. They're not gonna have enough wrestlers.
Yeah, what about Impact? No.
Yeah, they go to Impact.
Put some respect on that name, man. It's still alive. It's like a cockroach. Anytime you can step on it, it's still breathing.
Just get more scouts. There's a lot of wrestlers. There's a lot of local talent.
There is, yeah.
Right.
Area, Atlanta, the big cities, but what they aren't doing anymore is
Scouting.
not
Scouting.
scouting. They're
Well,
like,
what
you want
WWE does is,
tryouts,
well, they do their tryouts or everything. They look at the collegiate athletes because they got like those twins. Were they basketball players? I'm trying to remember.
Bella?
No, not the Bellas. It's after. No, it's like just a year ago.
Oh,
I want to say they were from Florida.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
something like that. They were like Florida twins that were really
Yeah.
good.
Mhm.
I want to say it was basketball. I don't remember where, but they have them signed to a developmental deal.
I heard about that one.
But I mean, they did the same thing with Bianca, where
Uh-huh.
she was the track athlete, superstar there, and got her in, developed her. I mean,
Yeah,
What's
but
up with
they're
her
not-
and
they're
Ford
not-
at the thing at the merger?
They're not hitting the local shows though like
No.
they used to.
Yeah.
True.
Mhm.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's been since COVID.
COVID was 3 years ago.
Yeah,
They
but-
keep leaning on that shit.
Well, I'm just saying that
Get
they
out.
they've changed their whole style since then.
Okay. Okay.
How good is it working? That's all I got.
Hey, tell him.
Yeah.
Producer can't go ahead and tell him.
It ain't working.
I mean, I think the issue nowadays is the over saturation of their media. We have a lot of wrestling every day.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
that's true. Every
Before, when it was better, it was when it had your 4 pay-per-views, you had your one show on Saturday morning, and Monday or Tuesday night Titans, whatever it was.
What about Sunday Night Heat,
Oh,
Velocity?
That too.
Yeah, those are good shows. Yeah, cruiserweight, the cruiserweight division during that
205,
time, 05. Well, 05, I'm
205,
saying,
oh.
not
Hey,
205.
Saturday night, Georgia Championship Wrestling.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It was Gordon Soley. Man, what's it?
And that's what I
In a
said
room
before.
about this size.
So that being said, is SmackDown going to stay on Fox?
I don't think it will.
They're going to sell them off because they're
No.
selling it pretty, or they're keeping.
Well, like we said before, if you were listening to our show, they want $300 million.
Oh, yeah.
how much they want?
300 million.
Jesus.
Uh,
And Fox ain't going to give them that money.
I think NBC is.
NBC or ABC, one of the two, just because of the network that.
I mean, that'd be awesome if they go with NBC and just stay with Peacock.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, just
But I don't know how long that
all Trump's
contract
gotta do
is.
Put Dwayne Johnson as his vice president.
Let's go.
Fox, keep it polite.
The way
Fox,
they
keep it
find
polite.
the Rock, maybe they go that route.
Fox will say, you know what, we're done. We're going to sign you up. Go ahead. You want we'll go ahead and buy you for $350 million. Go ahead.
We'll see.
Man, you know what though? It's going to be fun though. For the next couple months, definitely to see how the merger plays out.
Yeah.
See how everything's going to work out. Definitely see Jade Cargill. Hey, you know what? When she comes on over, we're going to see how she works out. Who she starts feuding with. Don't be surprised she goes after right away. His girl, Rhea Ripley.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Look at that smile on his face.
This is why we don't get respect for
Well,
women on our
that's the thing,
show.
is, like,
The battle of the booties.
This is why we don't get respect on our show because of that man right there. And his
and what I will say in WWE's defense, they have the better trainers for the women. They have Tyson Kidd.
They
Tyler
forgot
Breeze.
them.
WWE, they got Tyson Kidd. They got Fit Finley, who is instrumental in that whole women's
Yeah.
I
movement.
even think Bobby Roode, if anything, Bobby Roode's going to head down that route since he can't come back to wrestling.
Because isn't Tyler Breeze also a trainer or something? Like,
He's something.
I thought he actually went to another company because I know Fandango just went to Impact.
If I'm not mistaken.
no, Fandango to Impact, but Tyler Breeze still in the company.
I think he's still in the
Yeah,
company.
because they still have him with that up, down gaming thing.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in there and he does those backstage segments when they ask
Oh,
him
he does?
stuff. Yeah, he
Yeah.
does that all the
Yeah.
time.
Huh.
So he's still in there, but yeah, they do have better trainers and developmental, and that's where I guess she's heading to right now.
Well, that means
And I think that's what hurt with Stephanie leaving because they kind of lost that voice and power for them.
Yeah.
I'm still
And
waiting
now
for,
it's like, what has Rhea Ripley done in the last since she's won the title?
no.
She's had
She's-
2 bad matches against Raquel.
Yeah, that last one was more. It wasn't really.
Were you even paying
She
attention
carried
to the
weight.
match?
She carried the weight in the last one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she carried the weight in the last one against Raquel.
Why you letting the crowd in on
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're chemistry over here. That's we're being off each other right now. That's all it is.
The one I can't wait to see is Carrie Zane.
Of course, yes.
Well, it's because her and Io Sky are
Of
going to have
course.
to.
Yeah. Anybody? You want
No.
to ask her to the Miz? Go ahead and ask her.
Why not? Right?
Yeah,
You know what? Sit my old man during that show. Someone muted
You're
my
gonna-
man.
you're-
Just
you're-
watch
you're
that
gonna-
match in the bathroom.
you're
Please,
gonna-
just
you're
walk
gonna-
around the
you're
back.
gonna- the table up.
Cut it up.
Put your hands on the table, man, when you're talking about it.
Yeah, handcuff that man.
Show just went MA.
That wasn't coking on the.
Mr. Soccer just went to another level.
I'm just trying to watch some pretty good women's wrestling, you know?
Yeah. There's a site for that.
And then we're gonna have old
Oh,
man in
really?
the background
Please,
saying,
yeah.
"The cameraman wins again."
Yeah, that's him. He'd be the
That's
cameraman guy.
you too. So during that match,
We already know where the camera will be facing it during that match.
Mm-hmm.
He's like in this.
yeah, absolutely. Let's talk more about that camera angle.
Yeah, that's not a bathroom break for me. I'll be.
Before,
Well, you might have to rewind that match a few times.
No,
just
we're
to let
not.
you
We're not gonna
know.
do
I do
that
love
now.
how they give you that when the woman does the bridge. You get that brief second before they cut away.
To see their footwork if you're listening.
Yeah.
That's why, you know.
Thank you, Shed. Thank you.
Yeah, it's that guy over there.
It's over here. Trying to heal the wrong part.
I'm just admiring God's beautiful creation.
And me at my age, I have to admire everything that comes. You know. Yeah.
That's how it rolls here. So yeah, so now we're going to have our show every other Sunday, beginning today. So not next week, the week after, right before your show.
Will you also be having it like
If you're
before
on
or after pay per
Yeah,
views?
of course, that's the most important part.
What's that?
If they're on Sunday.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
if you are on a
Because
Sunday.
there's times where we're here Saturdays. We haven't done like a Friday or Monday or
We've done
Tuesday,
it.
have we?
We've done during the NBA Finals.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, so we've been here. different
Uh,
So
times.
more likely our show will be every other Sunday. We'll play it by ear.
Or if now you want to come on our show when we do a WWE event, if we want to.
We could do
We'll see.
crossover, you know. Let me tell you something.
Hey, I told him before I was planning on being there. I got swamped with work.
My favorite part though was when I was saying, "Hey, go ahead, tell Tom this," and he was like, "Motherfucker,
I still gotta watch that clip. I haven't watched it yet.
That part I did like 3 times. I'm like, "Hey, tell, oh, do you think Tom's gonna think about this, motherfucker?"
Oh yeah, which
I was like,
reminds
oh, shit,
me,
my
we
bad.
are still having to plan out our Survivor Series thing here at 2 and 6 and Net.
Well, we'll see when we'll add him and then we'll talk. But all I know is the fact that Tony the Kid and I we're gonna not put up our championships for quite some time. We're gonna take our nice little break
Wow.
that we deserve.
Part-time champions, huh?
You guys are
Out of respect for Tim.
our guys are not
champions.
fighting champions. There's
No, who the hell said we were? We never said we were. You put that in our mouth.
Part-time champions, huh?
Absolutely. Yeah, don't be putting this in on me, Rick. About it.
maybe I'm going to show up with my new self-proclaimed title.
Go ahead.
I
Here,
will.
it's an Arizona can.
Hey.
All right, that's good. We're it. You got anything else, Tom?
I got nothing.
All right. Stick around. Rejects right now.